Hare Krishna. We shall discuss a nice pastime of Lord Chaitanya with a brahmachari. 500 years ago, when Lord Chaitanya was performing Nam Sankirtan with his associates, it was a very wonderful sight to be experienced by the devotees. In fact, this Nam Sankirtan which Lord used to perform is non-different than the Rasa dance of Krishna and Gopis in Vrindavan. As we can see here, Krishna is with Gopis and they used to perform dance together, and Lord Chaitanya performed Nam Sankirtan with his associates. And these associates were not ordinary people. They were sometimes demigods, they were incarnations of the Lord. All these special souls who were Lord's associates, close intimate servants, had descended to this earth and they were performing this Nam Sankirtan. And all the people in Navadip, they were having this desire to see this dance which the Supreme Lord used to perform. So they used to constantly come and tell Srivas Thakur, who is non-different than Narad Muni. Narad Muni had incarnated as Srivas Thakur. So they used to come to him because the dance used to be performed in his house, in the courtyard of his house. So they used to come and say, please let us in and let us please witness this dance. We want to see the Lord dancing. But in this dance, no one was allowed. So one day, his mother-in-law, Srivas Thakur's mother-in-law, she wanted to witness this dance. So she came hidingly and she hid behind a basket. And she wanted to see the Lord dancing. And then the Lord was dancing. Nityanand Prabhu was there, Advaita Acharya, Gadadhar Pandit, all his Panchatattva, they were dancing with their associates. And the atmosphere was transcendental, divine. But Lord Chaitanya was not feeling ecstasy in his heart, because he came to know that there is someone in this room who is not supposed to be here. So he stopped his dance and he asked Srivas Thakur, I am not feeling the usual ecstasy which I am feeling while dancing, while chanting Krishna's names. Is there anyone in the room who is not supposed to be here? Srivas Thakur didn't know about it. So he said, no, I don't think so. But then he started searching all around. He didn't find it. Then Lord Chaitanya said, no, there has to be someone, because I'm not feeling the same ecstatic feeling. Then he searched more and he found his mother-in-law hiding behind the basket. Srivas Thakur is a very humble, he's not very aggressive kind of a person or proud, but then he got angry and he told his servants to drag her out of the room by her hair without the knowledge of anyone. And then the Lord continued with his dancing, and everyone, all the associates, danced in ecstatic mood, chanting the holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So in this way, they every day they used to perform this kind of kirtans, and 1 year passed. Now there was a brahmachari who had a desire to witness this dance, and he used to always think in his mind, how I could witness this dance of Lord Chaitanya. I've heard that so much ecstatic dancing takes place. I want to witness that. What should I do? And from his side, he was doing all the austerities. Like, he was a very strict brahmachari, and he used to eat only fruits and drink only milk. So much austerity that he used to not even eat food. And he went and approached Srivas Thakur. Please, I beg you to lotus feet, please allow me to watch the Lord dancing. First, Srivas Thakur refused, but then the brahmachari pleaded and pleaded. So Srivas Thakur said, all right, you hide, and then because you are a very pious kind of a brahmachari and you are drinking only milk and living, so I will allow you. Maybe the Lord will not mind it. So he allowed him, and the dance was going on ecstatically. Suddenly Lord Chaitanya stopped and said, is there anyone in this room who is not supposed to be here? Srivas Thakur got frightened. He said, my Lord, there are no atheists, there are no non-believers, there are no Mayavadis, but one brahmachari is there. He is a very, very pious brahmachari, and he drinks only milk to sustain his life. So, please let him inside. I let him inside to witness. Please forgive me. So, Srivas Thakur was pleading to the Lord, please forgive me, let him be in. But Lord Chaitanya was very angry. Then he said, take him out of the house immediately. I don't want any milk drinker in this room. Here only devotees of the Lord are there who are pure in their hearts. So the brahmachari heard all this, and he started leaving the room. Lord Chaitanya was very angry. He said, what spiritual sadhana has he performed so that he thinks that he is able to see me personally? Then he asked, what kind of, how can we develop devotion just by drinking milk? Who said, and where is it written that just by drinking milk and fruits one can develop love for the Lord? He said, no one can attend me just by drinking milk. On the other hand, he said, even a dog eater, if he takes shelter of me, I will accept him. Then he said, even if a person is a sannyasi in a renounced order, but if he does not surrender unto me, then I do not favor him. Then he said a very, very important thing. He said, what austerities did Gajendra, the elephant, performed? He said, what austerities did Hanuman, the monkey, performed? What austerities did the gopis of Vrindavan performed to attain me? Tell me, what austerities did they perform so that they attained me and attained my love and mercy? And then he said, and there were so many great demons like Ravana and Hiranyakashipu who performed strict austerities and penances, but they were not surrendered to me, and thus they were all killed by me. I will not have a milk drinker in this room polluting everything here. I will destroy everything. He was very angry. The brahmachari was trembling with fear. He just was out of the room by now, and he was going away from this incident. But he thought while going that it is my great fortune that I was able to see the Lord dancing. But what I did, for that I have got my punishment now. But I'm so satisfied to see the Lord singing so wonderfully and dancing so wonderfully. I'm so fortunate. In this way he was thinking. A devotee always feels in this way. He feels very humble at heart. And whenever the Lord chastises him, he accepts it, thinking that it is Lord's mercy upon him. And as he was going out of the house, the Lord called him back. And Lord Chaitanya placed his lotus feet on the brahmachari's head and blessed him. Do not try to make yourself powerful by performing austerities. Render devotional service to Lord Vishnu, for this is the perfection of all activity. Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport to Bhagavad Gita 8.28 that if one is fortunate enough to understand Bhagavad Gita in the association of devotees, then his life at once becomes glorified beyond all penances, all sacrifices and charities. For one can achieve all the perfection in life just by performing Krishna consciousness. By advancement in devotional service, in association of devotees, one dispels all one's misgivings about Krishna's activities, form, name, and pastimes. Then one becomes fixed in the study of Bhagavad Gita and relishes Bhagavad Gita. In the advanced stage, one falls completely in love with Krishna. And this stage of life enables the devotee to be transferred to Krishna's abode called Golok Vrindavan. When one starts loving Krishna and when one starts rendering devotional service to Krishna, then after his death, he is transported directly to Golok Vrindavan. There, personally he associates with Krishna and serves him directly, speaks to him directly, and always leads a happy, blissful life full of knowledge and happiness. In this way, we see in Chaitanya Chaitamrit, we have there is a very nice shloka where Lord Chaitanya says to Sanatan Goswami, Shraddha Shabde Vishwas Kohe Srudrida Nishchay Krishna Bhakti Kohle Sarva Karma Krita Hoy. He says, by rendering transcendental devotional service to Krishna, one automatically performs all subsidiary activities. This confident, firm faith, favorably discharged of devotional service is called Shraddha. So we can see from this pastime of the Brahmachari that when one performs loving devotional service to Krishna, then automatically all the subsidiary activities like charity, dan, tapasya, all these things, we don't have to perform them separately. The results of all these activities are automatically gained. And it was a very wonderful devotional understanding that the Brahmachari had accepted the Lord's chastisement as his mercy, and that's why he got this mercy from the Lord. From this pastime we can understand that we have to act as per the Lord's will, not by our own desire and own will. We may think in a different way. We may think that Krishna likes this, Krishna likes austerities, or Krishna likes visiting the holy places, or Krishna likes so many things. But what exactly the Lord wants us to do, we should understand it from Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. There's a very beautiful shlok in Bhagavad Gita where the Lord says, it is 18.58, he says, Machchitta sarva durgani mat prasadat tarishyasi atha chetvam ahankaran shrosasi vinakshasi. He says, if you become conscious of me, you will pass over all the obstacles of conditioned life by my grace. If, however, if you do not work in such consciousness, but act through false ego, not hearing me, you will be lost. Srila Prabhupada writes a very wonderful purport to this. He says, no conditioned soul actually knows what is to be done and what is not to be done. But a person who is acting in Krishna consciousness is free to act because everything is prompted by Krishna from within and confirmed by the spiritual master from outside. Here the Lord instructed the Brahmachari that austerities without Krishna consciousness is futile. Rendering loving devotional service to Vishnu is the perfection of all activities. Hare Krishna.